everyone! As we come to the end of June, I thought this would be the perfect time to share some picture books that make great read-alouds for the 4th of July. Now, these books share what it means to be patriotic, what it means to be part of the United States of America, how our country came to be, and the symbols that are important to our country as well. Now, let's jump right into those books. This first book is one of my favorites. This is called Pie is for Sharing, and it takes place on the 4th of July, and it's all about friends and family at a picnic. And talks about the different things that they share throughout the day. They share books and jump ropes, they share hugs, they share towels, and they share things both good and bad, especially those scraped knees. But one thing they share is pie. And it's a great story about what a 4th of July picnic looks like and how important it is to share with others. This next book I have is called America My Love, America My Heart. This book is full of bold, poetic text and rich oil paintings that make it such a wonderful read aloud to share with your students. It asks readers to reflect on timely and timeless questions, to make them think, and will create wonderful discussion questions to have in your classroom. It will challenge and inspire your readers to think about our country and what it means to them. And I encourage you to read the author's note at the end because it has some extra important information to share with your class. This next book is a nonfiction book, but it reads as a fiction book, and this one is called Her Right Foot. And it talks about one of the important symbols of our country, the Statue of Liberty. It is a fun book, but it is rather long. There are a lot of pages, so I suggest breaking it up because that would be a long time for students to sit and listen. But it gives lots of information about the Statue of Liberty and really hones in on the details, especially her foot, and explains to students where she comes from, what she means to our country, and why she's so important. Your students will walk away with this book with lots of new information about the Statue of Liberty. This next one is a true story that I didn't actually know anything about until I read the book. It's called 30,000 Stitches, and it's a book of hope, healing, and unity. It tells the story of a flag from Ground Zero that was torn and tattered. But this flag traveled around the country to all 50 states. In each of these states, Americans of all walks of life helped to stitch this flag back together. They were veterans and educators and first responders, all coming together to take care of this special flag. And it tells the story of its travels and who it met along the way and where this flag is now. And again, this book has quite a bit of back matter that you can dive into with your students to learn more about this flag and what it means to our country. This next one is a powerful one. It's called We Came to America. And this one is dedicated to all the children who came to America and how we have such a diverse group of people in our country, and that it's important to know where all of these different people came from and to pay tribute to their own heritages, their own cultures. How some ancestors came to our country because they were driven by dreams and hope. How some came against their will in chains, and how some came to escape poverty and persecution. That we all have a story to tell, and how each one of these people brought different things to our country: fashion, food, art, music, all things that should be celebrated, and all things that help shape what our country is today. A great story to read aloud in your classroom. And this last one is probably my favorite. It is called Blue Sky, White Stars. This one is an ode to our nation's greatest and most enduring symbol, the American flag. And through very simple text, we see the parallels between America and its flag. It celebrates the country's history and its symbols as well. But the illustrations in this book are beautiful, and even though there's very little text, I think this will prompt a lot of discussion with your students. So this is a great one to share, especially with older students, to see what they think of it and how it makes them think. So that is my small collection of books to celebrate the 4th of July, and I hope that even if you're not in school, that at some point you'll be able to share these books with your students throughout the school year. If this video is helpful for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below so that you don't miss a video. Have a great week.